Hey y'all, and welcome to PolitiBrawl. My name is Brian, and these Democrat protesters simply can't control themselves at Marjorie Taylor Greene's town hall just outside of Atlanta. They make a complete fool of themselves. Let's dive in.
And terrorists that are not just living at the border. Ladies and gentlemen, they're all inside the interior of the United States.
How about the KKK?
All inside the interior of the United States. You can head out. The protest is outside. Thank you very much. Protest is outside. Protest is outside. Bye. Have fun out there. City of Ackworth is doing a great job. They have an area for protest outside. Thank you. And we're having a good time on the inside. Thank you. And here's what else I want to tell you about. As we've gone through these issues, here's some important work that my office can do for you. Now, in my district office, I love these ladies. I think they are incredible. And they're sitting over here at this table. Yeah, my camera's pointing them. Wave at everybody. There you go. Now, this is our constituent services work. This is the most important.
Don't move. Stop.
This is a peaceful town hall. Now, this is a peaceful town hall, ladies and gentlemen. This should not have to happen. This is a town hall. So I'd like to start with our first video.
Y'all, when a town hall's requirements are quite literally don't make an outburst, don't make a fool of yourself, and don't resist the police when they're escorting you out, you should probably pay attention to that. But no, these two protesters can't, because the Democrat Party, the mainstream media, and arguably the internet itself has broken their brains. Notice the two people that got kicked out of this. There were 6 all told. I wish I could have been there, by the way. As a constituent of Marjorie Taylor Greene, and as someone who lives at the very edge of her district out here in Cobb County, I would have loved the opportunity to go here, but I didn't know where it was until too late. But I did know the requirements. I did know what was expected of people coming in, and the questions were all submitted online. By the way, Marjorie Taylor Greene answered a ton of questions, some of which were just foul-mouthed and just downright stupid, but you know what? She answered all of them in one way or another. Whereas these protesters came in, decided to make complete fools of themselves because they wanted their moment to go viral. Well, buddy, when you get a couple of levels of Zeus juice and Edison medicine put into you through a taser, I think you're going to learn the hard way. F around, find out. Am I right? Listen. The reason that these two people, particularly these two individuals, came to this event was not to ask Marjorie Taylor Greene some honest questions. It was not to wonder, hey, is Elon Musk doing a good job? Hey, is Donald Trump actually dealing with illegal migrants? It was to make themselves the center of attention. And they got called out and escorted out properly. The first person, by the way, most likely a student of KSU, was probably told by her peers, probably told by her community, and probably told by whatever algorithm she's paying attention to that Marjorie Taylor Greene and the Republican Party and Donald Trump are these evil, vile KKK racists. Hi, I have been born and bred in Kennesaw, Georgia. Okay? The last known KKK rally was in 1992. Okay, the last known one. Ever since then, the FBI has done a very good job of infiltrating and basically breaking up these organizations as they have moved further and further out into the woods. You have to drive all the way out. Actually using Marjorie Taylor Greene's own district, you have to drive out past Dalton, past the mountains, and then you have to drive into a specific area before you even see a sign for the, it's a sign for the Daughters of the Confederate Revolution. Okay? Something along those lines. And I've seen the sign with my own two eyes, by the way. You have to drive so far away from a major city, so far into the sticks, to even see this sort of nonsense. Okay? That is how far removed the actual state of racism in America really still resides. Oh, wait a minute. If I go into the inner city, I can guarantee that I will hear even worse slurs using against me or their own or people in their own neighborhoods. Okay? Racism is alive and well in the Democrat Party, and they keep it so in order to get more and more individuals like this first person to go out there and spew nonsense, because it's the only way they can keep power. Remember, Donald Trump and the GOP have been taking away both working union members from the Democrat Party and minority voters. Okay? The GOP and Donald Trump have been taking away those voters because they actually are dealing with the problems inherent in the United States. They don't buy this hippie liberal nonsense, and the only places it survives are in Democrat areas. And then there's the second protester who decided to get violent with cops. Congratulations, buddy. That's never going to end well, particularly when it comes to Ackworth Police, which did a fantastic job dealing with these people that night. Yesterday night, or at least the night that, or at least the day that I'm filming this. But the Ackworth Police usually has a really good reputation, and they don't stand for nonsense. Okay? Marjorie Taylor Greene is not standing for that nonsense. The people in the audience, for the most part, isn't standing for that nonsense. The police, you can be sure, are not going to allow people to make fools of themselves. And when you get that violent, as in, how dare the police deal with me? Yeah, buddy, that's why the police are dealing with you. Okay? Democrat minds, for the most part, are completely and totally broken. And that's because they have been lied to by mainstream media outlets. Their own communities keep on spewing nonsense. And then Democrat lawmakers, people that I used to consider normal, like Jamie Raskin, and I dealt with them just earlier today. These people do not understand what it's like for normal people to actually be dealing with the average American experience anymore. That's why the GOP has been getting so many votes. That's why Donald Trump ended up winning. It's because they're tired of the nonsense. They're tired of China ripping us off. They're tired of a government that's been bloated and just absolutely destroying the American economy at every single step. And they're told time and time again that, oh, this is a good thing. It's not. Okay? These people's brains have been broken by Democrat policies, by Democrat lawmakers, and by what used to be Democrat-run media outlets. We stand against that here. Okay? We stand for as much truth as we can possibly get out. These people do not understand what's going on. Their brains have been broken by the mainstream media. And folks, it's time to end this ridiculous monopoly. It's time to have good discussions here in America. That's what this town hall is about. And these people can't even function in that reality. Ultimately, as this Southern boy has to say, bless their hearts. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed that segment here on PolitiBrawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Until then, y'all have a good one.